for today's Bible Tells Me So show. Let's hear it for Darby and Chris. We wish you both the best as you lead your teams today. As you know, we choose 4 team members from our studio audience. So let's turn to them and find out who you'll choose. Books in the New Testament. I know there are 66 books in all.
Amazing. He didn't even need a calculator.
I can name you 10 plagues of Egypt. Butter to blood, frogs, gnats, flies, worms, cattle, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and death of the firstborn.
I know all the fruits of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
I can name you 12 apostles: Peter, Andrew, James, John, Phil, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, Simon, and Judas. No wonder I forgot him.
Choose me. I'm the smartest, I'm the best. Heads and heads above the rest. Choose me. If you would refuse me, then the news would surely bruise me. Choose me.
I choose Melinda, Lori, Jenny, and Shay. And I'll take Reed, Brad, Tommy, and Matt. Now that we have our girls team and our boys team, it's time to begin our game. The object of the Bible Tells Me So show is to correctly answer the Bible question given in each round. All points earned will be tabulated by our lovely scorekeeper, Meryl Carroll. Hello, Richard. The highest score at the end of the game determines the winning team. Now let's bring our captains back up to begin round 1. The Bible Tells Me So show.
Richard, the Bible promise we'll be dealing with in round 1 is God forgives. We surveyed our studio audience and came up with the top 5 answers to the question, name a person in the Bible forgiven by God. Those answers are revealed on our Bible Tells Me So show game board. And the team which can correctly guess all 5 answers wins 50 points. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Don. Remember, first person at the buzzer gets to answer the question. Ready?
Ready.
100 people surveyed. The top 5 answers are on the board. Name a person in the Bible who is forgiven by God. Chris?
I can't think of anything.
5 seconds. Darby? David?
Good answer.
The answer is
David.
number 1 answer, probably because he had so much to be forgiven for. Will you play or pass?
Play.
We'll play. Name a person in the Bible who is forgiven by God. Peter?
Good answer.
Forgiven at least 3 times as I recall. The answer is
Peter.
doing well, girl. A person in the Bible who is forgiven by God. Mary Magdalene?
Good answer.
Let's see. The answer is
Mary Magdalene.
2 answers left on the board. Who would you say is a Bible person who is forgiven by God? Quickly, your time's almost up.
How about the prodigal son? Good answer.
The answer is
Prodigal son.
answer this question correctly, and your team wins 50 points. If you're wrong, the boys get a chance to steal. Yeah. Name a person in the Bible who was forgiven by God.
Mr. Awesome, I'm going to say the thief on the cross.
Good answer. Good answer.
The answer is...
Thief on the cross.
Pharaoh Carol, what's our score?
Girls, 50. Boys, nothing.
That could have been us with 50 points if you hadn't been such a spacehead. I'm sorry. Too bad sorry doesn't win you any points. Wait a minute, we've just been talking about how God forgives. Don't you understand? Forgiving means forgetting. It means never even letting what's been done enter into your mind. You must never hold a grudge, instead pretend it never was, and just be loving, forgiving, and kind.
But as long as we are human, there will only be a few men who can really say that they forgive. Only God, who knows us best, will never fail the test of forgiving each and every day we live. He forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. He forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. God hates to see you fail, and so what if you do? You need to know he forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. We all do things we shouldn't, and you think the Father wouldn't want to blame us for all we have done. But as long as we repent and turn away from sins we sinned, he will forgive and forget everyone. No, God's memory isn't bad, he just says what is past, because forgiving all our sins is best. Yes, we'll have a brand new start, 'cause God will do his part. Help me pass as far as east is from the west. He forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. He forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. God hates to see you fail him, so what if you do? You need to know he forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. He forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. He forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive. God hates to see you fail him, so he hates to see you fail him, so what if you do? You need to know, you really need to know he forgives and forgets when you ask him to forgive and forgets when you ask him to forgive and forgets when you ask him to forgive.
Hey, will you forgive me for getting mad at you? That's okay, forget it. Now let's bring up our next two contestants for round 2 of the Bible Tells Me So show.
In round 2, the Bible promise is God understands. Because God lived on earth as Jesus, he experienced every feeling and emotion that we had. 6 common emotions are listed on our game board. Your job is to choose an emotion and name the time in Jesus' life when he felt that way. The team which correctly answers the most questions wins 50 points. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Don. Are you ready to play round 2?
Ready.
You'll be choosing from these emotions listed on the game board: loneliness, temptation, anger, grief, pain, and betrayal. Since the boys are behind, we'll start with Reed.
I'll choose temptation.
All right, name a time the Bible tells us Jesus felt tempted.
When the devil approached him in the wilderness.
Good answer, good answer. Let's see if you're right. The answer is...
In the wilderness.
That's 10 points and another turn.
I'll choose anger. As
say it was when Jesus drove the money changers out of the temple.
Good answer, good answer.
The answer is...
Cleansing the temple.
You're cooking with gas now. What don't be? I'll try betrayal and say it was when Peter denied him.
Good answer, good answer.
The answer is...
Judas kiss.
That would seem like a good answer, but since Jesus wasn't present when Peter denied him, we're looking for Judas' betrayal. Melinda, it's your turn.
Finally, I'll choose loneliness and say that he must have felt that way at the crucifixion.
Good answer, good answer.
Let's find out. The answer is...
In the garden.
In the garden is the answer we were looking for. If you'll remember, Jesus asked his disciples to stay awake and keep him company, but they all fell asleep, and he was left alone. That brings things back to you, Reed.
I'll choose pain. And I'll borrow Melinda's answer and say that's what he must have felt at the crucifixion.
Good answer, good answer.
The answer is...
Scourging and crucifixion.
That's 10 more points for you, and a chance at another 10 if you can finish the round. Every time the Bible says Jesus felt grief.
It seems he was sad when he got the news of Lazarus' death.
Good answer, good answer.
So much so that the Bible tells us he wept. The answer is...
Lazarus' death.
That's 50 points for the boys. Yes, because of Jesus, God understands every emotion we have, whether you win or whether you lose, whether you're happy or whether you're sad. No matter how you feel, God understands.